The rap tribe sat in the healing hall, drained and dimmed from their failed synchronization. Shadows clung to them, contrasting their usual vibrant energy. The only sound was the healing hall's ambient hum, failing to soothe their troubled spirits. Each member replayed the moments of disharmony, their powers clashing instead of uniting. Doubt whispered insidiously, could they overcome this? Papa Legba Rap the Elder felt their pain and frustration.
We can't punch our way through this, he spoke, his voice a low rumble. The tribe members stirred, hope flickering in their eyes. Your energy gotta breathe before it explodes.
His words, though few, carried the weight of authority and wisdom. They needed to find their way back to each other, to rediscover their harmony. Nature Rap reached out, drawing comfort from the earth's grounding energy.
We're out of rhythm, she murmured. The chamber's not rejecting us, it's mirroring what we hide.
Reverend Ike Rap entered, holding a tuning rod pulsing with harmonic light.
If your mind is a station, some of y'all are tuning too static.
His words were a call to action, a reminder of their power to choose their frequency. He raised the tuning rod, its light bathing the room in a warm, golden glow. The journey back to harmony was about to begin. Reverend Ike Rap gestured towards the chakra alignment device, a marvel of ancient technology.
Form a circle. Let the energy flow between you.
The tribe members arranged themselves around the levitating sphere, their eyes fixed on the task ahead.
Match your breath. Inhale on the green, exhale on the gold.
As they breathed in unison, the device's light pulsed with their rhythm. The healing hall, once shrouded in despair, was coming alive with new energy. A fragile hope blossomed in their shared rhythm.
As the tribe settled into the rhythm, tension filled the air.
The device flickered with their inner turmoil.
Man, I'm not built for breath games. I'm all about action.
Then breathe through your fire. Embrace the heat, but don't let it consume you.
Fury Rap, frustrated, drew a shaky breath, matching the circle's rhythm. Despite their struggles, the tribe continued, the device reflecting their journey towards harmony. The tribe breathed. Inhale on green, exhale on gold.
Even Fury Rap felt a flicker of hope ignite within him.
Their auras began to synchronize with the device's pulsing light.
He glimpsed the possibility of control, of channeling his power.
A collective sigh escaped as calm washed over them, their energies flowing together. They were finding their rhythm, their way back to each other. The moment of harmony was shattered by a discordant note.
What's happening?
The ground trembled, a crack widening, releasing dark energy. Panic threatened to overwhelm them, their unity replaced by primal fear.
Her connection to the earth now felt like a curse.
This was not an enemy they could fight with brute force. It struck at their very core. Shadows emerged from the chasm, grotesque parodies of the tribe members.
Fury Rap stared in horror at his shadow self, a hulking monstrosity of rage.
Anonymous Cherry observed the chaos, sensing a disturbance in the balance.
They're here to see if we've grown past needing to win alone.
The tribe members turned to face their shadowy counterparts. They knew this was a test of their unity, their ability to confront inner demons. The battle for harmony had just begun. A hush fell over the healing hall, tension thick in the air.
Reverend Ike Rap surveyed the scene, knowing this was a confrontation with their deepest selves.
He slammed his tuning rod against the earth, a wave of divine energy spreading outwards.
Let the harmony lockdown commence.
The dome of energy solidified, encasing them in a shimmering barrier. The only way out was through, the battle for harmony intensifying.
Peace, brother, Reverend Ike Rap said, his voice calm but firm. This ain't about fighting shadows, it's about embracing them. He met Fury Rap's gaze, holding it with a steady intensity. These ain't separate beings. They're parts of yourselves, the parts you try to hide, to deny.
He gestured towards the shadowy figures, who now mimicked the tribe members' movements, their expressions a grotesque parody of their counterparts' emotions.
Look at them, listen to them. They ain't here to destroy you, they're here to be heard.
A wave of unease rippled through the tribe. The shadows, sensing their hesitation, pressed closer, their forms flickering and shifting, their voices a chorus of whispers that gnawed at the edges of their minds. Doubt, fear, anger, resentment, all the emotions they had tried to suppress now rose to the surface, threatening to overwhelm them.
But how? Nature Rap asked, her voice barely a whisper. She stared at her shadow self, a grotesque mockery of her usual vibrant energy. It reached towards her, its touch promising a chilling intimacy. How can we embrace something that repels us, that fills us with such darkness?
Through harmony, Reverend Ike Rap said, his gaze sweeping over the assembled tribe. The same way you've been trying to achieve it all along, but not just with each other, with yourselves. He raised his tuning rod, its crystal tip pulsing with a gentle golden light. Match your breath to theirs, feel their pain, their anger, their fear. Don't fight them, acknowledge them, accept them.
His words hung in the air, a radical proposition that challenged everything they thought they knew. Embrace their shadows, acknowledge the darkness within. It seemed counterintuitive, dangerous even. And yet, as they looked at the tormented expressions on their shadowy counterparts' faces, as they felt the echoes of their own pain and fear, they couldn't shake the feeling that Rev Ike Rap, as always, was right. The tension in the healing hall was thick enough to choke on. The tribe members stood frozen, caught between Reverend Ike Rap's words and the terrifying reality of their shadows. The air crackled with a mixture of fear and defiance, the silence punctuated by the rasping breaths of the shadow selves.
Easy now, I'm not here to hurt you.
Forgiveness. Rap, her heart pounding in her chest, was the first to move. She had always been the most compassionate of the tribe, the one most willing to see the good in others, even their enemies. But facing her own darkness, her own capacity for anger and resentment, filled her with a deep unease. Taking a deep breath, she closed her eyes and reached out towards her shadow self. It recoiled as if burned, its form flickering with a cold purple light. She opened her eyes and looked at the creature, really looked at it, and saw a reflection of her own pain, her own struggles to forgive those who had hurt her. Compassion welled up within her, replacing fear with a strange sense of kinship. Taking another deep breath, Forgiveness Rap matched her breathing to the erratic rhythm of her shadow self. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Slowly, almost imperceptibly at first, the creature began to calm, its movements less frantic, its form solidifying. As their breaths synchronized, Forgiveness Rap felt a strange warmth spread through her body. It was as if a part of her, a part she had long kept hidden, was finally being acknowledged, accepted. The warmth intensified, spreading outwards, enveloping the shadow self in a golden light. The creature, bathed in the unexpected warmth, made a soft keening sound, like a wounded animal seeking comfort. It leaned into Forgiveness Rap's touch, its form dissolving into a wisp of purple smoke that was quickly absorbed into her aura. Across the circle, Fury Rap watched in stunned silence. He had always thought of Forgiveness Rap as naive, too quick to forgive, too trusting. But seeing her face her own darkness with such courage, such compassion, filled him with a grudging admiration.
He glanced at his own shadow self, which snarled and paced restlessly within the confines of the dome. It was a fearsome creature, its eyes burning with a rage that mirrored his own.
Fury Rap felt a surge of defiance. Embrace this thing? Acknowledge it as a part of himself? Never. But then he saw it. A flicker of pain in the creature's eyes. A fleeting expression of vulnerability that mirrored his own buried memories.
Memories of a childhood filled with anger and hurt, of a young man struggling to control a power he barely understood.
He remembered the words of Reverend Ike Rapp. They're not here to destroy you, they're here to be heard. Could it be that simple? Could the key to controlling his rage lie not in suppressing it, but in understanding its origins?
Hesitantly, Fury Rap took a step towards his shadow self. The creature snarled, baring its teeth in a silent threat. But Fury Rap stood his ground, his gaze unwavering. He had faced down countless enemies, battled monstrous creatures, and stared death in the face. Surely he could face his own demons.
Taking a deep breath, he began to match his breathing to the creature's ragged rhythm. It was a small act of defiance, a refusal to be ruled by fear. But as he breathed, he felt a shift within him, a loosening of the tight knot of anger that had always resided in his chest. The air crackled with anticipation, the tribe members emboldened by forgiveness. Rap's success hesitantly approached their shadow selves. The dome hummed with a powerful energy, a tangible manifestation of their internal struggles. The air thrummed with the sound of synchronized breathing, a fragile harmony emerging from the depths of discord.
Strike plus speak plus silence equals power.
Anonymous Cherry, her movements fluid and precise, faced her shadow self with a calm determination. Talk Rap, his usual swagger replaced by a focused intensity, mirrored her stance, their backs pressed together, a united front against the darkness. Their shadow selves, sensing a shift in the balance of power, circled them warily, their forms flickering with uncertainty.
It was an ancient mantra, a reminder that true power lay not just in physical strength but in the balance of action, intention and stillness. Words cut deep, but silence heals. Find the balance and the power is yours.
Together they moved, their bodies a blur of motion, their strikes echoing each other with a precision that spoke of years of training and trust. Their shadow selves, caught off guard by their sudden attack, lashed out with wild, uncoordinated movements. But Anonymous and Talk Rap were ready for them, their movements flowing seamlessly from offense to defense, their strikes landing with pinpoint accuracy. As Anonymous and Talk Rap battled their shadows, their movements became increasingly synchronized. Their auras, once distinct and separate, began to intertwine, creating a dazzling display of light and color. The air crackled with energy as their combined power grew, fueled by their shared rhythm, their unified purpose.
The other tribe members, inspired by their example, redoubled their own efforts. One by one, they found their rhythm, their breath, their connection to the heart of the harmony lockdown. The dome pulsed with their combined energy, the air thrumming with a palpable sense of hope.
The chakra alignment device, sensing the shift in energy, responded in kind. Its crystal core blazed with a blinding light, bathing the healing hall in a wave of pure energy. The tribe members, caught in the blast, cried out as their bodies were flooded with a power unlike anything they had ever experienced. Their chakras, energized by the device's power, blazed to life, spinning with an intensity that made their bodies vibrate.
Their auras, no longer distinct entities, merged into a single brilliant light, a kaleidoscope of colors that filled the dome with a breathtaking beauty.
The pulse fusion has begun. They are becoming what no single warrior could ever reach alone. The healing hall was engulfed in blinding white light. The very air crackled with raw energy, a symphony of sound and light that resonated deep within the tribe's souls. The individual members were no more, their forms dissolving, swirling together in a blinding vortex of pure chi. It was the culmination of their efforts, the realization of their deepest desires, true unity.
The time chamber, sensing the dramatic shift in energy, rumbled in response. Its disembodied voice, usually cold and analytical, now echoed with a hint of wonder. Sync reached, unlocking new challenge, the verse of fusion.
The light began to fade, slowly resolving itself into a new form. The tribe members, now a single entity, hovered in the center of the healing hall. They were no longer bound by their individual forms, their differences now strengths woven together. A single heartbeat, strong and steady, pulsed throughout the chamber, a testament to their newfound unity.
You tuned up. Now let's see if you all can harmonize while fighting.
The newly formed entity, radiating power and purpose, turned towards the source of his voice, ready to face whatever lay ahead. They were the verse of fusion, and they were ready to make their voices heard.